This is a tutorial for creating and editing an action page on your Drupal website. In this tutorial, we'll look at how an action page functions on the site, and I'll walk through the basic steps for creating this type of page, as well as how to make changes to an existing action page. Let's start by looking at an action page in action. The goal of an action page is to showcase a collection of organized links to services and resources for various visitors to your website. It's more focused on a specific topic or audience than a landing page, and more of a launch pad than a typical basic page. An action page can be short and simple with just a couple of action groups, or more dynamic with featured links, as well as a spotlight, multiple action groups, and lists of related resources and agencies. In general, an action page is built from action groups, which are in turn collections of action items. There are tutorials for both action items and action groups as well, so please check those out for a more complete understanding of how action pages work. To create an action page, you can either hover over Create in the side navigation and select Action Page from the menu that pops up there, or you can select Content from the side navigation, then click on the blue Add Content button, and then from the Content section, select Action Page. Either way will bring you to the page where you can create an action page. Start by looking for the red asterisks that denote required fields. For an action page, there are 3 required areas: a title, a summary, and at least one action group. Starting from the top, you would enter the title of your action page. If, for whatever reason, the page title needed to be long, you could enter a short title in the next field to create a shorter page title where it shows up in the menu. Next up is a required field for a summary. This text does not show up on the page, but is useful for search engine results and social media shares, so it's important to be concise and descriptive. Before we move further down, if you know where this action page should be placed on the website, check out the utility area in the upper right portion of this page. By selecting Menu Settings, you can check a box to provide a menu link, and then select where you want this page to be located on the website using the drop-down menu. If you need more information about this process, please watch the tutorial all about how to add pages to menus. Back on the main part of this page, we have a field for an optional page description. Below that is the Featured Actions section. By selecting Add Action Item, you can select a new or existing action item link to appear in the header of the action page. You can include up to 3 of these featured actions on a page. These are handy for quick or important links you want all visitors to be able to see on your action page without having to scroll. Moving on, there's a checkbox to include an optional spotlight. If you check this box, a new set of fields to enter information for a spotlight will appear. Within a spotlight, you can include a media item like an image, as well as text, with a toolbar full of text formatting tools such as link text, bullet point lists, quotes, tables, and headings. A spotlight has a similar look to a promo or a call-out in that it can highlight a specific or timely call to action. And it's handy here because you cannot place a promo or a call-out on an action page. The main difference, however, is that unlike a promo or a call-out, a spotlight may not be reused across multiple pages. It's not micro-content, it's just an optional detail on a specific action page. And now we get to the heart of the action page, the Action Groups section, which is the third and final required area for this page. To begin, select Add Action Group. And once the pop-up window appears, either begin creating a new action group by entering the fields below and then selecting Save at the bottom, or select Action Group Library at the top of the window to view all existing action groups. Select the group you want, and then select the blue Select button at the bottom. We'll then return to where we're creating our action page. You may continue to add action groups by selecting Add Action Group until your page is complete, or you have maxed out all 10 possible action groups. Once you have more than one action group in this section, you can change the order of the action groups by dragging and dropping them within this section. Next, an action page has the option to include links to related resources and agencies that further support or connect to the subject of this page. You can give these related links a heading such as something like Keep Learning in the field called Action Resources heading, and you can provide further description of these resources in the Action Resources description field. Below that, you can add up to 10 related action or basic pages that are also on your website. You can start entering the name of the page, and a drop-down menu of options will appear. Select the page you want from this list, and continue adding more, or move on. If there are other state government agencies related to the content on this action page, you may enter the URL for the website and some linked text in the Related Agency section. Typically, we recommend entering the name of the agency or department you're linking to as the link text. Finally, if you have entered division taxonomy terms for your website, you may categorize this action page according to the division in which it belongs by entering the taxonomy term in the division field. Options will appear as you start entering a term. Select the appropriate term from these options. And now it's time to save your action page. You may choose saving options by selecting the drop-down menu next to the words Save As. An action page will default save as draft, so to change this, select the drop-down menu, select Published, and then select the blue Save button at the bottom. If you've completed all required fields, you will then see your completed action page. When it's time to make changes or updates to your action page, there are a few easy ways to do this. If you're already on the page like this, you may select the blue Edit button in the upper right corner of the page to get editing access. Otherwise, select Content from the side navigation, then either enter the name of the action page in the title field, or search for the action page content type, and select Filter. Find the page you want to edit and select the Edit button in the Operations column in the far right side of the page, in line with the action page you want to edit. After making any changes, remember to scroll down to the bottom of the page and select the blue Save button. Hopefully this tutorial has helped you understand the functionality of an action page, as well as some of the ways you can create or edit an action page. Again, please check out the related videos about action items and action groups so that you can better understand how all of these parts fit together. Thanks for watching.